Drop a like on the video and you'll win your next game in Fortnite. The Chapter 3 storyline hasn't been the most straightforward of storylines out there. There's so many twists and turns, it kind of feels like a bit of a mess. But today, we set it straight. This is the Chapter 3 storyline explained so far. The Cube Queen's been defeated and the island has been successfully flipped. We're now stuck on the Chapter 3 island. Welcome to the home of the Seven. But how did we get in this mess? Dr. Sloan and the Imagined Order. We wash up on this brand new island. It's calm, it's peaceful, but the Foundation warns us that that won't be the last attack on the island. Everyone is after the 0 point. For right now, we think the Imagined Order have been defeated, but the Foundation says Sloan will be back. As we discover more of the island, more and more of Fortnite's biggest mysteries get solved. Each rock in the Sanctuary represents each member of the Seven: the Foundation, the Scientist, the Visitor, Paradigm, the Origin, and the Sisters, who are both currently missing and who the Foundation is currently trying to find. They've got connections to Geno, the leader of the Imagined Order. A few weeks go by and the Scientist leaves tape recordings scattered around the map. One tape suggests that if the Imagined Order manage to counterattack the island before the Seven have regrouped, it's going to be all over. The Seven will be done for. It's now the Scientist's task to get the band back together. He gets in contact with Paradigm, the Seven's official pilot, to overlook her complicated past and to help them again for the war that's on the horizon. The Foundation isn't happy with Paradigm and she is public enemy number 1 as she helped Singularity build and control the mech robot that left the 0 point exposed after defeating the monster. Exposing the 0 point was her last resort to winning the fight. She then escaped to the Ice Moon, another one of the Seven's base, and she hasn't been seen since. She betrayed the Seven. The Scientist managed to get a ping from Paradigm. She's alive. They're going to need her help. The sooner the better, as the Imagined Order, they're up to something. It might be too late. The Imagined Order have now surfaced onto the map after the disaster at the end of Chapter 2. It was only because of the Seven saving them again after the mess they'd got the island into is that they're still alive. After being stuck in the bridge, the space between both islands for so long, they'd used old equipment and machinery to drill onto the flip side, the home of the Seven. The Imagined Order have now set up base at Covert Cavern on the opposite side of the map. It's now a race over who can control the island first, and most importantly, control of the 0 point. After the ping from Paradigm, the Scientist has been working behind the Foundation's back to get back in contact with her. He told the Foundation that he was just talking to AI and testing the rockets, and out of hatch number 1 was the first rocket to try and find her. Strangely enough, this mission failed, and this was down to the Imagined Order sabotaging the launch, as they know the Seven are weak without all of their members. Rocket 2 launched, and again it failed, but launch number 3 was a success, and we now have contact with Paradigm. We need to get her back home before the Imagined Order progress too much, but it might be a little too late. Time for a quick ad. Thanks to Outplayed for sponsoring this video. Ever got an amazing moment and wish, damn, I wish I could have recorded that? With Outplayed, you can just play and it will record the action automatically. So don't ever worry about missing out on an amazing moment ever again. Outplayed has captured it. What is that amazing moment, you may ask? Well, you can set it to whatever you want it to be. Kills, assists, deaths, whatever you pick will appear on the timeline. You can immediately edit and send it on its way to show the world. It works with a ton of games. Make sure to check out the link in the bio and download Outplayed for free today. Something huge is now drilling under the map. Earthquakes and sinkholes are appearing everywhere. We launched into Season 2 with the invasion of the Imagined Order. The war has officially commenced. The Origin joins the Seven and one of the Sisters, but still many are missing from the team. The Imagined Order have control of the island, with blimps and Imagined Order guards patrolling major points of interest. The Seven are weak without all of their members, but it's time for war. The Imagined, one of the Sisters, is too occupied in finding out about her past as it seems like her memory's been wiped. She's not interested in this war. We then find out the Origin's past as it's exposed that he was once the Cube King, but that's all behind them now. The war is in full swing. The Foundation travels the map picking up recruits to be part of the Resistance. I mean, they need all the help they can get. The Imagined Order have set up head of communications over at Tilted Towers. Blimps are now occupying the map loaded with bombs, missiles and IO guards, and the Seven, well, they've got the Scientist's makeshift workshop to help develop the battle bus machines along with the help of Tony Stark, obviously an expert in this field. Peely, one of the new recruits, then went on a mission to plant some fake blueprints of what the Seven are up to kind of confuse the Imagined Order, but instead gave them actual blueprints on what they're doing. The Seven's plan is pretty simple: to take down each blimp and overrun the Imagined Order and take back the island control. The first place to be overrun and taken down was the Daily Bugle. That's 1 of 6 blimps down. And whilst this was all going on, Paradigm had got in contact with the Imagined, one of the sisters, to let her know she's working on a huge plan. Something big. Condo Canyon was next, followed by Corny Crossroads, then Rocky Rills. We were finally taking the land back. And then the war headed to Tilted Towers, the biggest fight yet. But this was all too easy. What is Dr. Sloan up to? Is this just a big distraction to keep us occupied? It looks like it. Agent Jones has managed to sneak into the Imagined Order's headquarters to find out that the IO's Doomsday Division are working on their next device. It was now our task to place secret cameras in the last Imagined Ordered occupied area to see what they were up to. This was around Loot Lake. The new recruit Peely, whilst this was all going on, was accidentally sabotaging the Seven's plans. It was now our job to give him driving lessons, but he was crashing every time. Peely does not make a good agent. At the same time, Agent Jones is now picking up weird vibes from the Imagined. She keeps wanting to do side missions behind the Seven's back. It's all to find out who she really is. The Imagined Order, after retreating back and losing so much ground over the whole season, have now called for reinforcements from the Empire to bag them a little bit more time to finish their big project. Agent Jones has now snuck back into the Imagined Order's headquarters as he's interested in his own past and wants to help the Imagined find hers. As we know, Agent Jones, he used to work for the Imagined Order and knows where all the secret files are kept, with backgrounds on each member of the Seven. After hacking into the main server, he manages to find the profiles on the Seven. All of them are there except the files on the sisters. Geno had deleted them. What connection do the sisters have to Geno? But it's a good job we now have a direct communication link with Paradigm, because from space, she's picking up huge energy readings near Loot Lake. We then find out why the Origin hates Paradigm so much, and it's not because she left the 0 point exposed. That's the reason why the Foundation hates her. It's the fact that she managed to escape from the same prison he was locked up in and believes she had inside help. Yeah, she didn't come back and rescue him and left him there. The Resistance now think this war is over. All that's left is Command Cavern, so they start celebrating and throwing a party. Is this a little too soon? The last sister, the Order, has now arrived to complete the Seven, minus Paradigm up in space. She's helping us to spy on the Imagined Order to see what their big plan is, and it's not looking good. It's too late. The Collider is now here. We need to find out what this huge machine is. So the Origin sneaks into the base of the Imagined Order to their simulation room. He runs a test, and it's not good. It looks like the Imagined Order have completed their plan. The whole of Reality Zero will be destroyed. The Seven weren't expecting this. They were just partying and thinking that they'd won the war. The Imagined Order's plan of distracting us with the blimps in the war, it worked. It'd given them enough time to build this device to end worlds. Paradigm's plan she was on about is now in full swing. She's recommissioned the mech. Each day that goes past, the Collider is sending out pulses as it's powering up. It's time to jump into battle. We help launch the mecha robot from the Seven's Ice Moon base and to land on the island. We start taking down all the blimps and finally reach the Collider, but the ground around us collapses. The mech is now out of action, and how are we going to destroy the Collider now? Dr. Sloan is the only thing stopping us. Oh, and there she goes. Paradigm's just crushed her with the mech. Jones and the Foundation send it into the 0 point, which is now exposing Geno's location. It's time to track him down. We then release the 0 point from the crystals, which have been absorbing the energy, and at last, the 0 point has been set free after thousands of years of being under control by the Imagined Order. It's time to celebrate. The 0 point is now free. We're now in Season 3, and a group called the Syndicate arrive to help us clean up, and it's time to party and enjoy the island. Or is it? Fortnite's next villain is now overlooking the island. All of a sudden, that beautiful tree that's given us a whole new biome to the island doesn't seem so good. The peacefulness on the island right now, it seems all too good to be true. After the recent live event, the visitors had a little bit of a think, and he wants to leave the Seven, and the Foundation and Jones' mission to find Geno continues. The scientist has done a lot for us over the last couple of seasons, and right now, he suspects something is up, as it's maybe a bit too peaceful on the island. Not too much time passes, and a strange offshoot of the reality tree appears at Logjam. After a few weeks, this tree would blossom and would merge different realities and bring us old points of interest. Kinda strange. From the outside, this tree looks harmless, but the Seven are super suspicious of it. The scientist believes that freeing the 0 point was a complete mistake. Could this be reality? reality falling apart? For full safety, the 0 point should be situated in the middle of Reality Zero, in between both islands, but right now, although it's been freed, it's situated on the surface of the island. It's exposed. The island child, Haven, who was born to defend the island, has noticed the disappearance of Clombos and is awfully concerned. She's currently located near the 0 point as she feels it's trying to tell her something. Maybe that something bad is about to happen. Energy is being drained from the 0 point by the tree and it's spreading through the roots to bring us these merged realities. The 0 point looks like it's been infected. Whoever's plan this is wants control of the island and they're doing it from afar. As worried as they are, and whilst the party is still going on, the 7 then proceed to run tests on the reality tree, gathering energy scans. There's a lot of 0 point energy pulsating through the roots. And the thing is, we don't know if this is normal or not because the Imagine Order have always had control of the 0 point. We're currently teaming up with Bushranger, using him as like an experiment to see if he's affected whilst being around the reality tree. And the readings that have come back so far include darkness, darkness, and more darkness. Yeah, the 0 point is definitely in trouble. Over the next few weeks, it will place relics all over the map for us to interact with. And once we collect these relics, the 0 point will send out huge pulses of energy with high magnitudes. It's trying to tell us something. The scientist now says it's time to be worried. The disappearance of Clombo isn't the only thing. The Foundation, the Visitor, and the Order have now disappeared from the island, but they've left clues on their disappearance around the map. Most importantly, their helmets. According to Haven, the disappearance of Clombos happened in a bright white flash. The same has happened to 3 members of the 7. Apparently, the Order hasn't been here in weeks, and the Foundation hasn't logged the mission that he's gone on, but his helmet can be found, and he wouldn't leave that here by choice. It's now time to save the 7. Has Geno or the new boss kidnapped them? I guess only time will tell. That is the complete storyline of Chapter 3 so far, from Season 1 all the way up to the point we're at right now in Season 3. Are we finally going to see Geno, and who is this mysterious villain? Always going to be explained in Season 4. If you guys enjoyed, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel, make sure to pop in code MMCS if you're buying anything from the Fortnite item shop, and make sure to check out this video I picked just for you. I'll see you over there.